Welcome back to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed with surprising facts and just enough humor to keep you hooked. Today, we're taking a really fascinating journey. We're diving into the world of high-performance timepieces, specifically the Norqain Wild One Stan the Man limited edition watch. Okay, let's unpack this. So our mission for this deep dive is, well, it's to explore how a relatively young brand, but a really ambitious one, how they teamed up with a true industry icon and a legendary tennis superstar, and how they converged to create something that's, far more than just a time-telling device. We're really looking at a narrative right there on the wrist. It's a blend of cutting-edge materials, serious engineering prowess, and personal legacy. We've gathered detailed insights from various sources, so we've got the full story, this limited edition, Stan Wawrinka's deep connection to the brand, and Norqain's sort of innovative approach to watchmaking.
Exactly. And what's particularly fascinating here isn't just the intricate mechanics, the gears and springs. It's how a compelling story is told through the very fabric of the watch. I mean, through its material science and its mechanical art. This isn't just about watchmaking, is it? It's about understanding that strategic blend. High-level sport, intelligent partnership, and a design philosophy that's really optimized for extreme conditions. That's what allows a timepiece like this to truly stand out.
Absolutely. So before we dive into the watch's super intricate details, let's put Norqain itself under the microscope for a sec. This is a brand that, and this is pretty incredible, only launched in 2018. I mean, in the Swiss watchmaking world, where brands are often centuries old, that's practically yesterday. Yet they've achieved this incredibly rapid rise. They've quickly established a really formidable reputation for high-performance sports watches, and all while maintaining a steadfast commitment to Swiss production and independent ownership. Those are values that resonate deeply with serious watch collectors. Norqain's journey, it's been guided by its CEO, Ben Kuffer, but he's also benefited from, invaluable mentorship and input from an industry veteran, Jean-Claude Biver.
Biver, his involvement is
Yeah,
significant.
definitely. Biver's experience and vision were instrumental, especially in the conception of the Wild One series. That's the very platform for today's discussion, right? His guidance really helped shape the brand's commitment to innovation and robustness right from the start. Okay, but here's where the story takes an even more compelling turn. Stan Wawrinka, affectionately known as Stan the Man. Now, we've seen plenty of brand ambassadors over the years, haven't we?
Countless examples.
But what makes this partnership with Stan particularly interesting for Norqain? I mean, Stan's career is just legendary. 16 titles, 3 Grand Slams, the 2014 Australian Open, the 2015 French Open, and the 2016 U.S. Open. Plus, an Olympic gold. And he's not just a global brand ambassador for Norqain's 2024 expansion. He's also a business partner.
Right, that signals a much deeper relationship.
Exactly. It underscores something far deeper. And his personal connection is undeniable. He was even spotted wearing his Wild One turquoise skeleton on court during the U.S. Open in 2023. So yeah, this clearly isn't just some celebrity endorsement. It feels like a genuine personal alignment.
That's precisely it. For a young brand like Norqain, a partnership of this nature is, well, it's incredibly strategic. It's a deep collaboration that actively reflects Norqain's core ethos. Performance, durability, pushing boundaries. It perfectly mirrors Stan's own career, doesn't it?
It really does.
And while many brands, they opt for broad celebrity endorsements, this kind of authentic, high-profile alliance does more. It doesn't just significantly elevate Norqain's brand recognition. It also signals a powerful statement of intent, authenticity, especially in such a crowded and discerning market. It suggests shared values, not just a transactional thing. However, you do have to wonder maybe if such a deep alignment with one individual carries any inherent risks for a young company.
That's a fair point.
Does it maybe narrow their appeal, or does it conversely create a really strong, identifiable niche?
That's a great question to think about. It certainly makes a strong case for authenticity, like you said. But yeah, the potential for a double-edged sword is always there, isn't it? Okay, moving on. Let's transition to the watch itself. Starting with the core design and the engineering philosophy behind the Wild One range. These watches are explicitly defined as ultra-robust, high-performance sports watches, and the Stan the Man edition. It absolutely embodies that spirit, right down to its very structure. The case architecture of this particular watch is remarkably complex. We're talking about a structure made of no fewer than 25 different parts, all meticulously engineered to work together. It starts with a sandblasted titanium container. That acts as the inner core, precisely housing the movement.
Titanium, so it's light but strong.
Exactly. And encasing this, you find the Nortec protective cage. And this isn't just any carbon fiber composite. Nortec is Norqain's proprietary material. It's ultralight, incredibly robust.
Developed specifically for these kinds of extreme conditions, I imagine.
Precisely. This cage itself, it consists of two separate parts, top and bottom. They're connected and secured with custom-made screws. So it effectively creates this layered, resilient shell around the watch's heart. Then, nestled right in the middle, providing both protection and a vibrant look, is a yellow-green rubber shock absorber.
Yellow-green, like a tennis ball.
Exactly. That specific color choice is explicitly inspired by the iconic hue of a tennis ball, a direct nod to Stan's profession. And here's a really unique, subtle detail. It really pushes the boundaries of thematic integration. The Norqain plaque on the left side of the case, it's actually infused with real tennis ball fibers.
Wow, actual fibers. That's taking it to another level.
Isn't it? It's not just decorative, it's a physical piece of the sport integrated right into the watch. These watches are, without a doubt, made for action. They boast an impressive 200 meters of water resistance, a secure screw-down crown, and that intensive engineering focus on shock absorption we just talked about. In terms of wearability, it measures a practical 42 millimeters in diameter. And the lug-to-lug measurement, that's the distance from where the strap attaches top to bottom, is 49.40 millimeter. So sizable, but should be comfortable on the wrist for an active lifestyle.
That multi-part structure, though, it immediately makes you ask, why? Why such complexity in a sports watch?
Right. What's the driving force?
Well, it's fundamentally about achieving an unparalleled level of resilience and shock protection, but crucially without incurring a weight penalty. Lightness is absolutely critical for a high-performance athlete's watch. Every gram can impact comfort, performance.
Makes sense.
And the innovative blend of materials, from titanium to that proprietary Nortec, it speaks directly to cutting-edge design. It's optimized for extreme conditions and peak performance. It really is a testament to engineering where every single component serves a precise function, safeguarding those intricate mechanics within. But, while such intricate constructions undoubtedly enhance durability, it does raise a point about trade-offs.
Oh, like what?
Well, do these complex assemblies ever introduce potential points of failure? Or maybe increase servicing costs compared to simpler, maybe less robust designs? It's something to consider.
That's a very practical point for a watch designed for such demanding environments. It is undoubtedly a marvel of engineering, balancing that robustness with weight. Okay, now let's move on to the visual storytelling and the mechanical heart of this timepiece. A signature feature of the entire Wild One collection, and definitely a highlight here, is the open-worked movement. It's fully visible right through the dial. It's not just about telling time, it's about seeing that intricate dance of gears and springs in action.
That skeletonized look is very popular right now.
It is, and the visual elements here are meticulously detailed to create this really dynamic aesthetic. You've got matte black plates and bridges. They provide a striking, almost industrial contrast against the mechanical components, paired with rhodium-plated hands and applied markers for excellent legibility and, a touch of refined elegance.
Legibility is key, even with an open work dial.
Absolutely. Then those vibrant yellow-green accents we mentioned, they're strategically placed everywhere. You find them in the superluminova inserts on the hands and indices, also on the tracks around the dial and on the angled inner flange. Even that yellow-green rubber shock absorber we talked about earlier circles the dial, creates a distinctive, contrasting ring that frames the whole display. So this level of detail really confirms this is truly a tribute watch. The personalized elements are absolutely key to its narrative. If you flip the watch over, you find a sapphire crystal case back, and it's beautifully decorated with a detailed image of Stan Wawrinka himself.
A portrait on the back. Nice touch.
Yeah. And crucially, it's also engraved with the dates of his 3 career-defining Grand Slam victories: the 2014 Australian Open, 2015 French Open, and the 2016 U.S. Open. Powering all of this is the automatic, open-worked caliber NB08S.
Based on the Sellita SW200, you said?
That's right. Based on the robust and widely respected Sellita SW200 architecture, known for its reliability, ease of service, makes it a solid foundation for a sports watch. And importantly, it's a COSC certified chronometer engine.
COSC certified, so independently tested for accuracy.
Exactly. Passed those rigorous tests by the Swiss Official Chronometer Testing Institute, a hallmark of exceptional precision. The movement runs at 4 hertz, which means 28,800 vibrations per hour.
Sure.
That contributes to a smoother secondhand sweep and good accuracy. And it offers a very respectable 41-hour power reserve.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is how these aesthetic choices, they aren't just decorative, are they? They actively reinforce the Stan the Man identity. But at the same time, they showcase Norqain's technical prowess, particularly with that meticulously finished open-worked movement and its COSE chronometer certification.
Right, it's the whole package.
It really is a complete package of form and function. Every design choice, from the color accents to the case-back engraving, serves to tell Stan's story. And it elevates the watch beyond a simple instrument into this, like, personalized artifact of achievement. It's also interesting, though, to consider the strategic choice of an open-work dial for a sports watch.
Good point.
While it undeniably showcases the mechanical art within, does that intricate visual landscape, with all its exposed components, does it ever potentially compromise instantaneous legibility? For an athlete in the heat of a game, compared to a more solid utilitarian dial, it's definitely a balance between spectacle and practicality.
That's a sharp observation, yeah.
Yeah.
That balance between showcasing the technical art and just pure functional legibility. It's clear, though, that every detail has been really thoughtfully considered to tell a story. Now let's talk about the sheer exclusivity of this timepiece. This is highly limited run, only 85 watches worldwide.
85, that's a very specific number.
It is, and that specific number, 85, is a poignant choice because it's a direct homage to Stan Wawrinka's birth year, 1985.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Very personal.
It really is a very personal touch that deepens the connection for collectors, I think. The watch comes on a purpose-designed strap, too, black and yellow-green rubber, and it features this distinctive tennis net pattern, again, beautifully tying back to the theme of Stan's sport.
Consistent theming.
Right, down to the strap. But the presentation of this watch, it elevates it far beyond just mere luxury. It's delivered in this eye-catching spherical watch box made of polished chrome, almost like a little trophy itself. And here's the detail that truly makes it special, in my opinion. It crucially includes a tennis ball that is individually signed by Stan Wawrinka himself.
A signed tennis ball.
Wow.
Yeah. So it isn't just a watch in a box. It's an immersive collector's experience, right? A tangible piece of memorabilia directly from the legend. In terms of value, it's priced at EUR 6,700, CHF 5,950, or USD 6,990. That packaging, and especially the signed ball, that really does push this beyond mere luxury. It becomes something truly unique for collectors. It transforms a high-performance watch into a genuine collector's piece and a tangible, deeply personal piece of memorabilia, like you said. When a brand integrates such specific, personalized elements like the birth year tribute, the signed object plays directly into the psychology of scarcity and emotional connection.
Definitely.
These elements significantly enhance the perceived value, the intrinsic value, too. They create a complete, immersive experience for the owner. It does make you wonder, though, how such detailed presentation strategies influence secondary market values and long-term collectability, especially compared to watches with similar technical specs but maybe less narrative depth,
What an incredible deep dive this has been. Seriously fascinating stuff. We've seen how Norqain, a relatively young but incredibly dynamic brand, has skillfully created a watch that just perfectly blends high-performance engineering, innovative proprietary materials, and a deeply personal artistic tribute to a true tennis legend. So for you, the listener, the key takeaways are pretty clear, I think. The remarkable growth and strategic smarts of a brand like Norqain, the technical prowess and resilience built into the Wild One line, and the really thoughtful, integrated approach they took to weaving Stan Wawrinka's legacy into every specific detail of this limited edition timepiece. This really highlights a sort of contemporary shift in watchmaking, doesn't it?
It does.
Moving beyond just technical specs to deeply integrate brand narrative, that's a strategy that seems particularly potent for a challenger brand like Norqain.
And this brings us to a compelling question for you listening. When a brand crafts such a detailed and personal narrative around a partnership and a specific timepiece, does it fundamentally alter your perception of the watch? Does it transform it from, say, a mere time-telling device into a wearable story, or maybe even a unique piece of art? And how might that shift in perception influence the value you personally place on such an exclusive, deeply personalized item?
Something to truly mull over, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining us on this fascinating exploration of elite sport, innovative engineering, and meticulous horology. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.